All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to you, Hakum, around the world, teaching truth, and shalom to you, serious Aqua. My name is Maya Kaala Bungad with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. We are not black Hebrew Israelites. Black is a shade of color, not a nationality. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. We are not affiliated with any violent or militant groups. Now, right here we have name guy Elijah Shabazz. Okay, he's member of the Nation of Islam. He's not affiliated with Great Millstone or any other counts, but he bring out some information that his people, the Fulani, all right, was a lot of Fulanis was brought. Well, a lot of Fulanis was they was involved in the slave trade, and they end up being victims of the slave trade. You know why? Because they are the Israelites. You know, they fell on the curses according to Deuteronomy 28, 45, 46. All right, the curse out on you, you're Israelite. All right. So you know, they also go Deuteronomy 28, 54 is actually evil towards his brother, man. All right, so that was gonna happen, Jake. You know, Jake beat up Jake in West Africa. They sold each other, but not like Esau trying to do it like Esau. Like the majority of people that was selling Jake was themselves, but really, you know, Ham had a part. It was Ham, Esau, and Ishmael. All right, when you look at that movie Roots, the original Roots. All right, can they see those men, their heads wrapped, and then you see Ham, the Africans working with him. All right, then you see Esau. You know, Esau take Jake back to the Americas or wherever he see fit, man. All right, so you got a lot of people. All right, and you got a lot of people on the internet. You know, we the talk of lately are these black conscious, what we like to call black unconscious people, right? All right, these people who love their favorite playground, America, because if they were so pro black, all right, because anyway, black, nobody's black like these fonts, all right, brown skin, all right, our skin is brown, all right, that term was used, given to us by Esau to strip away our nationality, Israel, all right. But anyway, if they were so proudly be so pro black or pro African, which you know our people not Africans, they're Israelites, Shemitic stock. All right, so if they so pro that, why they never went back to Africans and build towns and cities, man? You know, Ghana, they could have went to Ghana. Jake Ben had a chance to go Ghana for years, man. I think over 50 years Jake could go Ghana, man. All right, I seen on YouTube one incident. It's like this, like during the 70s, Jake came over here. No, Salat came over to Ghana. Salat, they came over to Ghana, and they all celebrating in the daytime. In the nighttime, you see a bunch of flashlights on the beach, looking for their passports, man. All right, so that's how you know, man. Jake is full of it, man. You know, and you know, got a lot of Israelites in Ghana, but just show you that Jake, they got this Edomite mentality, man. They just can't shake, you know. Do two thirds, man. All right, so all these people talking about they pro back and anything, they had me go to matter of fact, you go to Ethiopia, you go settle over there. You go to shit, even though what's the other state? You can just go over to Egypt, man. Move over there to Egypt, sell communities, man. All right. So you go in parts of Africa you want to, man, settle down. But you know, curse is still gonna follow you. But you know, these cats, man, they just talk. Don't bring no evidence or nothing, all right? Or they do bring evidence and they make it seem like Make it seem like support them, or they'll bring a Edomite or a heathen that support what they say was really not based on the truth. All right, and some let you hear out the horse's mouth. You know, people that are from over there, Israelites, so-called Negroes that are from Africa, or have a knowledge of their own family history, went to Africa to visit their people, man. All right, like this guy right here. All right, y'all, Elijah Shabazz, he's Fulani. All right, his paternal bloodline go tap back to Fulani. All right, just gonna show you. I'll show this channel before, all right? So I played a video right here, part 5, ancestor and his Hebrew, all right? Just basically showing the Fulani Hebrews, all right? Now I'm gonna show you where he went. Over there, all right? All right, so there you go. Go to videos. You're over there with his people, everything. All right, you see the writing. Fulani, just like anybody else, man, they move around. You gonna lose your language, all right? But they don't mean they're not Israelites. The curse is still applied to them, all right? They do other customs, all right? So you can say he went over there. All right, he talked to his people. All right, so he do extensive research on his people, man. So somebody like Garfield and that's why trying to come up, man. Just showing they can't tell. They can't tell this man nothing. Anybody else, this man presuming his, he knows facts, man. All right. But anyway, I'm gonna play what he say. Watch this. No, let me get the scripture. All right, it says Isaiah 54:17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Every tongue that thou shalt rise thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteous is of me, said Yahweh. I said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Right? No weapon, man. You come bring all the people you want. All right. You could get 100 research teams all you want to, Garfield, man. All right. You're not going to overcome this truth, man. All right. So let's get this. Now watch what he say for first couple minutes. Let's see if I get get this right here. All right, copyright disclaimer on this section 107, copyright 1976, allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute, might be otherwise be infringing. All right, so this is teaching, all right, and research. All right, I've not made any profit out of any clips about the show throughout this video. All right, I do not own any clips. I do not own the video or the audio to it. Again, I'm using it for educational purposes. All right.
Welcome to Books That Matter, People Who Matter. I'm your host, Leroy Baylor, and our objective here on Books That Matter is to get people to read. And read books, read newspapers, just read everything that you can get your hands on to that is that's decent. And before we get into today's program, I want to mention a special event that's coming up Saturday, January 28th, and it's a panel discussion on this book, How to Eat to Live, by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And at the end of the program, you'll see a telephone number, and you should follow up on your own. But this book here, every time you see a Final Call newspaper, there's a page from the book in that paper. And that column in this book can actually save your life. Once again, this is Books That Matter, People Who Matter, and our guest today is Elijah Shabazz. He's an independent researcher, and he's found and uncovered some information relating to the Fulani and black people here in America. Welcome to Books That Matter, People Who Matter, Shabazz.
Thank you for having me back again.
And in this day and time, when you have, when we all have exposure to a movie like Hidden Figures, which is information that's coming out that when we see the film, we feel that we should have known this information years ago, but it's coming out now, and this is the time that we're living in.
Yes.
Your research, Hidden Figures, other people's research, and the receptivity of the public, not just black people, to information regarding who black people really are and what we have to offer beyond the stereotypes is in the air. So we welcome you to come on and share with us information that you've uncovered regarding Fulani and the ties to black people in America and scripture.
Exactly. And you hit all 3 points that God willing I intend to make before the interview is over. It's one thing, to say to our people, you are the people of the book. You are the people of the Bible. You are the people of the Quran. And when we hear this from our
All right, we're the people of the Bible. All right, the Bible, like the Sapar. All right, okay, not the Quran. All right, the Quran was basically a copy of what we had. All right, Quran gets its knowledge from our book. All right, the book of the Israelites, the Bible. All right.
Speakers such as the Honorable Minister Farrakhan and coming from the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and that we are these people. It's another thing to connect those dots from your personal family lineage to the people of the book. Now, we know that we fulfill the prophecies of the people that's written of in the Bible and the Quran, particularly as the Israelites.
Yep.
And
what is it? Deuteronomy 28, 46. All right. It basically said the curses are a sign upon, I'm just paraphrasing, the seed, all right, that the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans are the Israelites, man. All right. The curse is going to apply and identify those people as the Israelite, man. All right. Not no DNA test. Nobody got the DNA to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his 12 patriarch sons, and then all the families that came out. Nobody got the DNA of that, man. All right. Where's the DNA of King David, King Solomon, Hezekiah? Where's the DNA of King Saul? All right. What about the DNA of Deborah? The DNA to Anna, the prophetess from the tribe of Asher. All right. The only way to identify the Israelite is through the curses and their history, man. All right. And the prophecies in the Bible.
But there's another aspect to this where we are also those historical people that you read about inside of these books. So you can trace this through several tribes that came from West Africa. Whether it's the Wolof people, whether it's the God people, the Ashanti people of Ghana, or the Mandinka people. You can make those connections. Being that I found my family roots with the Fulbe people, of course I've done extensive study on who I am, where my roots go to, and as it relates to the prophetic peoples, which came as a later subsequent of my research. Now, I did this subject already on Facebook when I recently traveled to Morocco. And the title of the Facebook study was examining the Fulani history of Uqba ibn Nafi. And I did this while I was in Morocco because that's where the event took place. And I did a live Facebook.
Right, you see that? You got a lot of people freaking out, man. Where you? Particularly these scoffers, man. You know, our people came from all over Morocco. All right, they took our people from everywhere, even the Levant, man. Morocco, Northwest Africa, Southeast Africa. That's what Uncle Billy, what's his name? Billy Simmons, Billy Simmons. All right, the Rechabite who spoke Hebrew and Arabic. All right, he came here. He had it so down packed, man, that the Ashkenazis they had to let him in the congregation. They couldn't deny he's Israelite, man, because he spoke the languages. He knew everything, the culture, everything, man. So, you know, our people just didn't come from, like, they limited to certain states in Africa, man. All right.
Broadcast from Morocco. The feedback I received was for the most part positive, but people had some questions. Some people misunderstood, and that's why I felt the need to come on your program to clear up some of these misconceptions. One of the things that people misunderstood was that they thought I was saying that Fulbe people originate with Arabs, and that was not the case. In fact, in this book here called Hebrewisms of West Africa, when certain European explorers and scholars went to North Africa and West Africa, when they saw the Fulani people, so many of them reasoned, people like Edmund D. Morel and Del Faso and Dr. Guraudon, G-U-I-R-A-U-D-O-N. These are French names. I can't pronounce them well. My French is not that strong. And many scholars, they have written books. Louis Tauxier and others have written volumes of books on the origins of the Fulani people because they couldn't figure out who were these reddish, brown, copper-tone people. And most of them agreed that these people were the Hebrew people. And some say the people of foot. They come to these conclusions because, one, the cattle that the Fulani have, when they dug up in ancient Egypt, and they dug up the bones of the cattle that was the subject of many dynasties, because when you see these reddish copper-tone people drawn on the hieroglyphics of Egypt, you see them, they always have cattle with them. Cows with them.
Yeah.
So they dug these cows up, and these cows are extinct, and there's only one people that still have this cattle, and that's the Fulani.
See that?
They still have.
Yep. All right. Let me show you a picture of these cattle. All right. All right, these cattle that people have today among them. All right. The oxen and cattle is there. All right. You have to remember our people went into Egypt, read Exodus chapter 1. All right. And then I think about chapter 11, we was led out of Egypt by Yahweh Shai, and Moses and Aaron. All right. So these are the cattle that the Fulani have today, man. All right. So how they get that? Cause they was in their area, man. All right. They the only people that got these cattle today, man. You know, they like they like to say, 2/3 among the Fulani. They like to harass Jay talking about, well, you can't drink, you lactose intolerant, you can't drink the same milk out of cows we have, right? Because because the cows over here, man, they I'll use the term hybridized, and they don't feed majority of these people in the milk industry, man. They cows don't feed on grass, man. They give it other basically junk food, man. All right. Cows naturally eat grass, man. All right, so that's why Jay can't handle they certain milks and stuff, man. All right, but anyway. All right, so to show you the cattle that So he said they still have them, which is all right. Sorry.
Have the cattle up until this very day. Um, the Fulani, they noticed that the Fulani women, the pure Fulani women, they give up their firstborn, which is in the Bible about the Hebrew people sacrificing their firstborn child. So they say, wow, this is the same as what is in the Bible. In the Quran.
All right, yeah, because the firstborn gives everything. I think he getting confused with Isaac giving up his. But he was about to sacrifice his son, because he had faith in Yahweh. But the firstborn do get everything first. Let me get that law. All right. Let's see Deuteronomy. Well, the firstborn is the Most High's. Belongs to Yahweh. Let me get that first. All right. Where is it? Exodus. Where is it? Let me see. Let me just bear with me to find it. Every first. Let me see. I know I've seen it here somewhere. Let me put this in here. I know I've seen it somewhere. I hate when I lose something. Let me see. Yep, here we go right here. Yep, Numbers 8 and 17. I knew it was in here somewhere. For all the firstborn of the children of Israel are mine, both man and beast. On the day I'll smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt. I sanctify them for myself. All right. Okay, so that's where we get that from, man. All right. Then you go right here, Deuteronomy 21. See. It says, if any man had two wives, prove you got two wives. One beloved, another hated, they both born him children, both beloved and hated. If the first son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he make his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of beloved firstborn before the son that hated, which is indeed the firstborn. All right, but he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him the double portion of that what he had, for he is the beginning of his strength, and the right of the firstborn is his. All right. Okay. right. So let's get back to this.
Quran, they talk about the Arsh, which is the throne. They say Allah's throne is called the Arsh. And but this word Arsh was also used for the house that Musa built, peace be upon him. And Musa, he built the house, and it was made of these particular sticks, and it had the straw roof, and it's the exact same type of house that the nomadic Fulani build. The features of the Fulani people fit the description of those ancient Egyptians. They did when they dug up the skull of the ancient Egyptians, the head shape of the Fulani people is exactly the skull shape of the people they dug up in ancient Egypt. So it's no doubt that.
All right. So you go to Egypt. All right. All right. So you know Moses got confused for Egypt. You read in Exodus chapter 2. Right, but there's a difference. 2:19. All right, it's a difference between the Egyptians. All right. Right, Moses guy says this is when Jethro ruled. Another name for him ruled. All right, he was a Cushite. All right, Jethro, right, aka rule. It said Exodus 20:18, and when they came to rule their father, he said, "How is that ye are come so soon day?" And they said, "Egyptian deliverers out of the hand of shepherds also drew enough for us and watered the flock." And he said to the daughter, "Where is he? Why is that he had left a man? Call him." They made it bread. Moses, content to dwell with the man, he gave Moses Zipporah his daughter. All right. So they mistaken Moses is like for an Egyptian. You have to remember Moses. He blended in with the Egyptians, man. All right. So there you go. All right. The Egyptians range from dark brown to copper color, man. Lighter than that, man. All right. Coming various brown. Some got straight hair. Some got afro. Some got curly hair. All right. Some got a little blondish in their hair, man. All right.
The Fulbe people are from those ancient people, and they've been doing migration patterns in the past from north to south up in North Africa. I mean, from east to west in North Africa, as opposed to the way they do it now in West Africa. So this establishment to the connection to the people of the prophets is very, very clear. For many researchers, it's been concluded.
It's clear for researchers.
Yes.
Okay. Before we.
All right. So there you go, man. All right, let me play another video. All right, so that's dealing with the Fulani. All right, you got a lot of Fulanis over there in Jamaica. All right, you got Fulanis in Jamaica, all throughout the Caribbean islands. You got Fulani. All right, you got Fulani over here. All right, so let's play this right here. This about the God people.
Yeah, I'm saying that in Africa or in Ghana.
In Ghana, man. All right. Now the God people, they circumcise their baby on the 7 days after it's born. That's in the scriptures. All right. Circumcised baby on the 8th day. All right. Now they go off worshiping the false gods and stuff, but they still do they was prophesied to do that. You go Deuteronomy 31, start with 19, start reading on down. Jacob was prophesied to go off, man. All right. But they still Israelites. You go and see go on this book for Babylon and Timbuktu. Wait a sec. All right, page 132. All right, I'm gonna go down here. It says, I'll start right here. It says, heavy knowledge of black Jews in the United States. Talking about the so-called Negroes. All right, nobody's black. All right. But anyway, it says, talking about Jew. It said Dr. Gabe arrived at this conclusion. All right. His name Dr. Allen H. Gabe. All right. The facts have particular significance when the presence of Judaism. All right. Talking about the Israelite culture among Judah, so-called Negroes. All right, the facts have particular significance when the presence of Judaism among American New could be considered. 100,000 slaves were brought to America from the Western Africa during the days of traffic, beginning nearly 400 years ago. How much more Judaism? All right, talking about there's like culture, right? Because Israel, we don't deal with Judaism. All right. It says survive among West African Negroes in that earlier time. When I say we don't deal with Jews, I mean we observe the laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh. All right. Then Judah means one from the tribe of Judah, one from the southern kingdom. Judah is more than 3 tribes. Okay. But anyway, it says how much more Judah survived among West African Negroes in their earlier time. As persecuted communities, they were rather more in danger than other Negroes of being raided by war parties and sold as slaves. All right, it's facts, man. All right, no curses. All right, it said it may be considered certain that many partially Judaized Negroes were among the slaves brought to America. How many of them might still? All right, so hold some Jewish customs. Here is another question. All right, so our people, they not gonna come over here just straight up. I'm an Israelite. They popping their collar, sipping on pomegranate wine, and they got the fringes on, all that stuff, man. No. Right now, people that came from Spain and Portugal, all right, the Marrano Jews and the Moors, all right, the Marrano Jews, all right, they was doing no customs, man. They had the clothes on, they knew the Hebrew, all right. And there's records of them coming to Havana, Cuba, all right. It's all that record I gotta find. I gotta find some records in South Carolina, all right. That some of them came over here, if I'm not mistaken, all right. Which I believe, they came over here. Well, I already know Salak. I already know they came over here by the records I look, but I gotta get like the actual the census records, all right, from the archives, South Carolina, all right. But let me go back to this. All right, so this the guy. All right, and I met the guy woman downtown about 2 years ago. All right, she looked at my face. She said, "Oh, you God, you look just like." So she said, "Look like my people and everything." Which I don't doubt. All right, but anyway, let's go ahead. All right.
For instance, we have most of the ethnic groups migrating from different parts of Africa.
Okay.
So they went through other countries. So usually we have other tribes in Ghana who are also in Nigeria, and then in Togo. And then we bear the same name. That's what you can tell. We have
same name?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what will make you know that we have a tribe in Nigeria. Because you can get Niama, which is a local name for Gan, and only Gan in Ghana. And then you get the same name also in Nigeria. So it means yes.
Wow. Okay. Same people then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then but the guys came from.
Yeah, naturally, the guys came from Israel. And then from Israel, they went through other countries before they finally settled in Ghana.
Okay.
And then when you get to a particular place, they are headed by ethnic clans. We have maybe a clan from Niamawi, a clan from Adowe. So I might choose to stay in Nigeria. So when I live there, then it means we have Gans living in Nigeria, and then it will spread over.
Gotcha.
All right, there you go, man. Now watch this brother right here. I played this before in other videos, but I just played just to back up what the brother said. All right. Watch this. I'm gonna go to 5. I'm gonna start at 5. Well,
where you have the estuaries, where the great Volta Lake enters into the Atlantic Ocean. That community of settlers.
Ada.
Yeah, Ada. In fact, Ellie was there yesterday and had a beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
You see beautiful islands.
Yep.
I think you are somewhere in the Caribbean or Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the migration story of the people of the Adangbes was that almost all the ethnic groups in Ghana migrated from somewhere before the early, let's say, 15th century.
Okay.
Our history goes deeper. In fact, the ancient Ghana Empire, that even inspired our first president to take the name Ghana, was a vast territory. It engulfs almost the whole of the sub-Saharan western part of Africa, right after the desert.
Yeah.
That shows you how vast the indigenous people have traveled all the way before they come and settle here. So the different tribes, the different ethnic groups within the Greater Accra got these differences through the migration patterns they used before they arrived here in the place we call Accra. The Adangbes and the people of the Gans, the people who speak Gan, the Adangbes speak a different dialect known as the Dangbe. The Dangbe is like a sister country to the Gan language.
Okay.
And they've written book and they have a history, especially the indigenous people of here have a direct history of migration through Israel. In fact, our festivals we are about to celebrate somewhere in August. It's celebrated, it's known as Homowo. We call it the Houtina Hanga.
Okay.
It talks about some of the history of while they were migrating to this present stage they call La or Greater Accra.
Okay.
They encountered a lot of hunger. Once they made a walk, they transited through Nigeria all the way from Israeli-Palestine border, migrated all the way before they came to settle here. So I'm just telling you this to know how far we came from before we arrived here.
Okay.
So it tells you we have a huge history.
Yeah. And then the history of La, because I know it as Labadi.
Yeah.
Labadi Beach is a famous kind of place.
All right, so you already said they came from Israel, man. All right. We are these people, the Ga, the Fulani, Igbo. All right, Yue. All right, these people are Israelites, man. All right, they got people over in Africa telling you who we are, man. Don't listen to these black unconscious or these people dealing with Kemet and all this stuff, man. All right, they don't know what they talking about, man. All right, you want to know the true history, man? You do your research. All right, you get into those books. All right, Jake, get access to those books that Esau don't want you to get to, and you talk to the elders from over there from Africa. Also, you talk to the elders. All right, the remainder of the Israelite elders over there from the Middle East, or come from the community. Like me, my big sister, my big Israelite sister, Janelle, father is a Yemen Jew, man. All right, he look like Muhammad Ali mixed with Drake, man. Hey, that's what he look like, man. All right, but she filled me on the history and stuff, man. I asked an elder from the Syrian Jew community about 5-6 years ago, man. Was everything that I read, and I believe it's in the book. It was in the book. It was either from Babylon Timbuktu or Valley of the Dry Bones by Rudolph Winslow. I asked her, was it true? She said yes. All right, so you gotta do your own research, man. You gotta do your own research. You gotta talk to the elders, man. You know, cause see, people like Garfield and Sarnetta and all the rest of them, man. They gonna come with their own. They gonna lean to their own understanding. All right, so Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. Do not lean to your understanding, man. All right, Garfield. That's why you doing all these 100 research teams, man. Cause you know, hey, the Most High ain't dealing with them, man. Point blank. You know. All right. So let me get this scripture I want to get about them moving, constantly have to move. How people constantly have to migrate due to persecution. All right. Let's see, Proverbs 6. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28. Yeah, I'm going to start 24. Deuteronomy 28 says, for Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve the gods which neither thou nor father had known, even wood and stone, all the other false religions, man. Even the religions that our people picked up some religion among these Hamites, man, and also Salak, you know, that Christianity, Islam, all right, okay, Buddhism, whatever, man. Deuteronomy 28 says, among these people, among these nations, thou shalt find no ease. That's why people constantly move on time, no problem. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, talking about captivity. But Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart and failing eyes and a mind of sorrow of mind, man. Right? We constantly on the run. We constantly in fear of somebody doing things, but somebody is doing stuff to us, man. Right now with that certain crisis that's going on, right? I have to say it like that, you know, so, you know, Esau won't pull my video, but you all know what I'm talking about. All right, so let me get this right here, all right? And again, this guy not fide with us at Great Millstone, anything, just listen to the history, all right?
Here I'm talking about the Khans and the Hebrews today. I wanted to start with the history of the Khan people. A Khan means the first people, the foremost people. That's what a Khan means. And we trace our ancestry all the way back to the creation story. It shouldn't be that surprising because most Africans trace their ancestry.
All right, so we're not Africans, we're Israelites. All right. Just have to intercept that, all right?
Their ancestral history back to the creation story. What I thought was interesting is even though there's a lot of different, I guess, you know, stories about where we really came from. One of the stories is that we were the original inhabitants of the land of Canaan. And that was pretty interesting to share right here. Of course, back then,
Canaan, Israel.
It wasn't C. There was no C. There's no letter C in any of the African languages. It's K. So a lot of the Akans, some of the Akans believe that it was the land of Akana. And they were, what happened was they migrated from the land of Canaan during the Arab invasion. So we're not sure whether the Khans were there during the time that the Israelites came in, or
Khan are the Israelites, all right?
whether they had left before them, but they do believe that they were on that land initially, and then migrated out of the land of Akana into the sub-Saharan Africa, where they made up the ancient Ghana and Mali empires. Eventually, the story goes that they followed the sun this whole time. They were following the sun until it rested in a place where they built their altar, called it Ghana. What's interesting now is that Ghana is actually the closest country to the equator, the middle, pretty much the center of the earth. There's something called the southern crucifix that goes with the longitude and latitude. And in the middle, the 0 degrees on the equator, Ghana is the closest country to that center. And that line runs right through a place.
So, you know, all right, so that's it for on that. I'm trying to find something else I want to show you all. Alright. Trying to think. There's another video I want to show you all. Oh, yeah. This right here. Alright. Circumcision. Ghana. Alright. Now, watch this video.
Circumcision is what I'm going to talk to you about. It is the surgical removal of the foreskin from the male penis. I'm sure you know this. In most Ghanaian communities, circumcision is done within 7 days after birth of a male child. But in the Damba community and its environs in the Nadoli district of the
Alright, 7 days after the birth of a male child. Alright, where did it go to? Alright, go right here. Genesis. 17:9. Alright, it said Yahweh said unto Abram, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin. It shall be a token of covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man in your generation, he that is born in a house or bought with money, any demonstration which is not thy seed. All right, so this is what these different groups in Ghana was doing, man. All right, and people talking about, wait, they not the only nation that circumcised, but Jay circumcised their babies after the day they born, which is 8 days. All right, you got a lot of Israelites in Ghana, man. All right.
Upper West region.
Watch out, something funny video. This Jake gonna play a particular rapper in the background.
Circumcision is a taboo. The people there say they do not circumcise their males due to a long-standing traditional belief that the child will die if he's circumcised.
Jake ain't tell you don't understand. That's why the curse is upon us. All right.
Users intern Clement Labi joined the team of researchers into the community. Here's his report read to you.
Damba has a population of 538. 261 are male and 277 female. Out of the 261 males, over 75% are uncircumcised. The people in the community share the reasons behind this. One of them, the fear that the circumcised male child would die of his wounds.
Our older folks said when they go to school, their friends mock them and call them names. Bottle bomb farmer, bottle bomb farmer.
Have you been circumcised? Which form are you? This year. You are completing this year. Oh, okay. So how does it feel when your friends know that you have not been circumcised?
They seem to follow my quality.
What do they say?
A child who resembles an ancestor will die if circumcised.
But it's obvious this is only a myth. Senior medical officer at the Nadoli Hospital, Dr. Eric Asante, explained.
I got people over here. All right, people are story for lack of knowledge. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse. People are story for lack of knowledge. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. All right. So they doing the same stupid things over here, just like Jake over here in America, man. Believe the same stupid, false doctrines. All right.
The lack of circumcision has a big health risk.
I can speak for that. All right, because I have to work with mentally handicapped, man, and about them, but not being circumcised, man, they constantly had penis warts, man. All right, so I have to constantly go. Well, not constantly, but like every I have to report they have penis warts. All right, and I had to go, report that they had to give them the medical cream for it. All right, so it's good to be circumcised, man. All right, so for sanitized reason, man, for health reasons. All right.
Benefits of the circumcision. I think that it's better and it's advisable that we all counsel our communities to circumcise their babies. I can give an example like we call something like phimosis. Phimosis is when it becomes sometimes, because the foreskin is there, you need to retract it back. So when it becomes phimosis, it becomes difficult for you to retract the foreskin back, and that can be the complication for the person. And the second thing is that it also helps to reduce infection, especially those having the sexual partners with the circumcised man. They are having a low risk of getting infections than those who are not circumcised. Why? Because of the foreskins is always covering the glands. When there's any infection, the microbes hide in between. So sometimes the risk of sexually transmitted infections and the urinary tract infection is high.
The DCE of the Nadauli district, Catherine Lankonu, expressed surprise at the phenomenon in the Damba community.
But I think that circumcision is a health issue. Our counterparts in Southern Africa are having challenges with certain male health issues because of the uncircumcised nature of their people. And I think that in Ghana, the majority of their men are circumcised. So it's a surprise that people still don't see the need. But it's a good identification, it's a good problem that we have identified. Some of them might just share ignorance. And with a little bit of push and education, they'll get to appreciate that some of the things are, though they believe it's cultural, but will have certain health implications in the future. So my office is...
All right, so we're going to end it on... All right. So, our people out there, like I said, the Bible speaks of, man. You can hear Tupac in the background. Oh, man. All right, so, shalom.